Peace and love, peace and love. My name is Smitty Coleon, aka the Don Dada, aka When King Tut Talk. And on the right of me,
You got real easy when I got it. Y'all get it when we get it. We good.
And this is It Ain't Personal,
Mm-hmm.
where we give you our opinions, we hit you with some facts, might just talk about you, but it ain't personal. My brother, what's
up?
good, bro? What's the word?
Talk to me. I ain't gonna hold you. We ain't do this in a minute. I ain't gonna hold you in a little second.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Damn, what was the last? This is our first one for the year, though.
It might
first
be.
Dolo for the year. Yeah, it is.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Shout out to every guest that came on here.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all. Y'all definitely helped grow the platform. Y'all did y'all thing.
Fact though.
Y'all told great stories, and I appreciate everybody that came to IAP and that showed love. This is only the beginning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's only the beginning, man. I look at this platform as like a collage of content, and everybody adds their contributions, you know, by telling their stories, giving their perspective, and it's just different colors and different strokes of, you know, of content. So it's dope, man. It ain't personal, and it's only the beginning. So
Facts.
Stay tuned. We got way more stuff to give.
Facts.
Man.
Way more people to see. Way more, you know, things to do. We got a couple of joints in the works. You know what I mean? Shout out to the artists that's about to pull up. You know what I mean? Yeah. We got a couple of freestyles for y'all. Now I'm gonna give y'all some treats. Keep it with the essence. Yeah, but how you been feeling lately though, man? How you been feeling? Given all the guests, like how you been feeling about the guests? Like, you know?
I've been feeling everything, man. I'm feeling good to have a vision, to work on it, you know, ups and downs, you know, some days everything is going well, some days some shit is going left, but fuck it, we gonna keep this moving because, you know, for the greater good, and just stay in the course. Just stay in the course right now. Just stay in the course, bro. But I'm enjoying it, creating, putting out stuff, you know, because this is also an art form.
Facts.
Putting out this art form, you know, on a weekly basis. It's kind of like releasing the music, which is dope, you know, but at the same time, the music's on the way, too. I'm working on that, too, but...
Because they need you back out here in these streets, you heard? They need you back out here.
I got a couple bars. Man.
Definitely.
We're going to see what they do with it. Yeah, we're going to see what they do with it, but everything is going great, man. Everything is going great. It could be greater, and it will be greater. You dig?
You know, speaking of bars, let's get to it.
Yeah.
Let's get to it.
Grammy weekend. Grammys. First off, shout out to the Beehive. Shout out to Beyonce. Congratulations on winning Album of the Year and also Country Album of the Year.
Facts.
Like, I understand the importance of the Album of the Year, being that was her first one, right? And
that's her first one?
It's her first Album of the Year.
That's Beyonce's first Album of the year.
Yes.
No. Hold on.
Hold on. Now, let me hit you with this.
Okay.
Respectfully, Taylor Swift has 5 of those. And that's why I'm saying, that's why we in the group, that's why I'm saying what I'm saying in the group chat. Because of that,
okay.
Yeah, we in the group chat throwing crazy. You think the show is lit. But anyway, yo,
shout out to the group chat. The S6. Y'all know who y'all are.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all.
It gets heated in there.
It gets crazy. It gets crazy.
But
go ahead.
Yeah, so Album of the Year, this is her first one. Let's go back last year. Remember, Hove came out because they was giving him, I think, like the Dr. Dre Award or something like that.
Yes.
And he was saying that. He was like, yo, for my wife to create all of these beautiful bodies of work and to never get the Album of the Year is crazy. Like, he said it right there on stage.
He said some people might get robbed.
Yeah, he said that. Yup. Yeah.
After the Grammys, too.
Yeah, like, come on. Renaissance is a classic. Lemonade, like... So at least one of them could have got it, but you know, it is what it is. Politics is politics. You know, it is what it is. But now she got that award. We're watching history in real time, and I loved it, man. So shout out to Beyonce. Shout out to the Beehive.
I don't want no smoke with the Beehives. Never don't want to smoke with the Beehives. Shout out to the Beehives. Shout out to all fan bases out there.
Yeah.
I think that's a little crazy to me though. That's her first album of the year.
Yeah. That's why it's so like. That's why they saying, yo, we celebrating like this is her first one.
Somebody should have
She
said,
got
yo.
snubbed a few times.
So
Yeah. Got snubbed a few times, man.
okay, we getting into it.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. I love the fact that Beyonce got album of the year. I did not know. I got to do homework. I did not know that was her first album of the year. I did not know that. And I'm not afraid to say that publicly. You get what I'm saying? Because if you don't know things, you should say you don't know things so you can actually be educated and you can learn. So actually seeing the fact that I didn't know that, what's crazy is I think that kind of like furthers my point. I want to congratulate everybody that won Grammy night. I think winning any award, being acknowledged for your creativity, your craft, and any art form that you do, I think is warranted. You get what I'm saying? And I think it does something to keep you going, keep the artist going. So I want to give a shout out to everybody that won. That's Beyonce, Kendrick, Chris Brown. What was the other young lady?
Doshi. Fire.
Fire. That was fire.
Yeah.
And I appreciate all of that.
Damn.
So I want to give a shout out to like all artists that won that night. I think it was phenomenal. I think it was big. But let's get to it, man. I have what my issue is, and it's not even an issue because I don't really have an issue. My question is, if we boycotting the Grammys one year and then we're celebrating the Grammys the next year, how does the average person or the average supporter like know what's going on? You get what I'm saying? How do we know what to do? Because I think then it gets splits down the middle to where it's just like, are we supporting the Grammys? Are we not supporting the Grammys? Are we putting validation into the Grammys? Or we not? You get what I'm saying? Because is 1 minute is boycotted and now it's just like, let's celebrate it. So from your standpoint, before I get into my opinion, what's your thoughts on that?
As far as the boycotting,
yeah, like 1 minute they're boycotting, and then next minute we're celebrating the Grammys. Like, how does the average person, that's just the average fan,
right,
that's just listening and watching, how do they know what to do, given the fact that they've been told to boycott the Grammys, and now we're celebrating the Grammys this year?
Right. Okay. So with that, I think we're told two different things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's certain artists that don't fuck with the Grammys at all, right? There's a list of them. Then there's others who do. Even the ones that do, like Hov and B. There are times where they boycotted it. For the last couple of years, they haven't, which kind of opened up more of social media and more of the culture to fuck with it. Like, I'm watching the Grammys with my wife, and she's hyped because Beyonce is there. Once they make that announcement, like it's on. Like it's really just from the top who's really attending, who's really into it. And these last couple of years, B, Hov, they've been supporting the Grammys. Like, yo, keep it 100. People, they look down on the Grammys. They might say like there's no value in it, or it doesn't mean anything. It means a lot. It's a very prestigious award that's been around for years and for decades. And for years, the greatest artists of all time have all been showcased and highlighted through this platform. So to be for most artists growing up, that's like your dream. That's like the pinnacle. That's the apex. And I can't fault them for that. Whether a certain person won this year, this person didn't win this year, this one got snubbed. Like, it happens. It's a lot of great artists. Everybody ain't gonna win. It happens. It happens. So the way I look at it is just like sometimes it's just politics. Sometimes it's just the politics of it. But with the Grammys, yeah, again, there's no like one unit. There's no unison amongst the artists. If we had like a union and we was just like, all right, we doing this, all right, cool. But it's only like this year, Jay might boycott it. Another year, Kanye might boycott it. Drake went there a couple years ago, said what he said on stage, hasn't been back since. But he's probably on the island by himself right now. Everybody else is still showing up.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
because again, the Grammys is a very prestigious award. Again, it's not the end all be all, but when you get the Grammy, that's like you certified, and as an artist, you just want people to appreciate your shit. So what's the highest level of appreciation in this country? It's
Mm-hmm.
pretty much the Grammy. So it'll always have some type of importance to it. It's the reason why you see a lot of artists that don't go to other award shows, they show up for that one because that's it's the top of the food chain, man.
So, which and I love how you articulate that. So, my thought process on this would be that's crazy because when I say like it's the highest prestige, it's kind of like I think the reason it only has the highest prestige because of the value we as a culture put into it. If we as a culture don't put the value into the Grammy, then I don't think the Grammy has that type of significance.
Yeah.
I believe that
Right.
if we started to put value into our own brand, our own kind, and the things that we create, then I think that can actually rival what the Grammy is. And then there wouldn't be so much politics because when you think about culture, one thing culture is gonna let you know either you good or you bad, whether we like you or we don't like you. Because even if we don't like you, if you come up with some fire shit, we're gonna say you got some fire shit because regardless if we don't like you or not, we're into like what's good and what's not. I think when it comes down to other people having control of the politics, now it becomes subjective to who you like personally. And then when it comes to like who do you like personally, it kind of like taints the award to me. Not said anybody else. This is just to me. This is my take.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's just like if this is a personal opinion, and this is show is it ain't personal.
Yeah.
If it's a personal opinion, how much value can I really put into that you gave your right judgment on this call? So, granted, for Beyonce to never have an album of the year, when granted, you went and you created a country album. It took Beyonce creating a country album to get album of the year. No matter even if you gave her 30 Grammys for this, that's a problem for me.
Yeah.
Because it took her to make a country album for you to recognize her. When I can guarantee that if you go to the Beehive, and let's ask the Beehive, there's about like 2-3 other albums that's better than Cowboy Carter that should have won album of the year that she didn't get. So the fact that we have to go into a genre that allegedly that they're a part of, but which really they stole from us. For her to go that route to get album of the year still kind of like doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah.
So to me, it's just like congratulations. But to your point, I do believe like, all right, they did right this year. I'm not going to sit here and applaud you for doing right for something that you should have done. Now, when you continue to do it, then I'll start applauding you. Yeah. And that's where I'm at with it. Like, all right, you did what you're supposed to do. Cool. You do it again and again and again with consistency, you'll get my applaud. Yeah. But you're not going to just play with me one time and feel like you're giving me a bone and to shut me up. And the next minute you go back to your fuck shit.
Next year is
and then like, nah, like I'm not trying to do that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's just my take on the Grammys. And that's why I feel like it's a tricky conversation because we don't want to take away from what happened that night. What happened that night was very monumental. Yeah. Very. But at the same time, I need to see consistency before I jump in for fledge and I'd be like, yo, listen, I'm with this type of shit. Yeah. Because the same thing about a relationship. You get what I'm saying? Somebody do, you know what I mean? You and this person been having, you and your wife been having problems, and all of a sudden, she starts to do right one time. You have to see consistency to see that, all right, now it's a habit. Doing right and doing good is a habit for you now.
Right.
And that's what I would like to see from the Grammys.
No. Nah, definitely. I think that's what we all want. You know, like next year it got to be kind of on course. You know, on the same course. So we'll see. We just got to keep your foot on their neck.
But I will say this, even though I said that, it was Killer Mike one year, Beyonce and Kendrick the next. That's 2 in a row. I'll give y'all that. So don't think that I'm biased. I can never be biased. I'm actually looking at the stats. Killer Mike last year, Beyonce, Kendrick, and what's the young lady again?
Doshi.
Yeah,
shout out to Doshi.
You know what I mean? So let's go for 3 and 4 and 5, and you got to support her.
Right. It ain't personal.